Hey y'all, Clark here. Nah, that's just cringy. Sup dicks. Nah, that's not much better. Okay, Skylanders is a franchise that I know and I love to my heart's content. And lately, there's been some rumors going around about said games. I don't know if I trust them, like at all. I'm gonna be honest. Being in the Skylanders fan base for like 7 years plus, I don't know, it's been a bumpy ride, let's just put it that way. Look, I don't really use Reddit all that often. Alright, I'm gonna be honest here. I use it occasionally, but not too much. And I am subscribed to r/Skylanders. And I saw this post detailing about like some kind of Activision survey or whatever, saying that, hey, we're planning on making Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure Giants, and Swap Force available for modern consoles, which is cool. For 2 of those games. Because those 2 games only got like PS3, Xbox 360, Wii adaptations. Those games never really made it to the Xbox One leap outside of Swap Force, which is a little weird. But yeah, it's definitely kind of interesting, and people have been kind of like interested, to say the least, I guess. No shit, they weren't interested. As you can tell, this video is not scripted, especially because I had to move to this corner of my room. So I'll let you know what happens. But seriously though, Skylanders is really a franchise that I'm a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more of a critic towards nowadays, as I was probably back when the series first was there, because it has been like a while since the last game. Like, it's been how many years since Imagineers? It's like 7 now. And speaking of time, the day that this was revealed was January the 2nd, 2023. And saying that, and then they also said, oh, this is coming in quarter 4 of 2023. No. Especially weird, mainly due to the UI design. And that is something I've noticed about the presentation. So the presentation is about, Skylanders coming back, oh, it was quarter 2024 in this corner of the screen. And, like, the thing is they say, oh, it's the original games, but you have no figures. You can play without figures. Wow, how cool. But that makes me wonder, why would they do this? Why would they bring back Skylanders, but with no figures to sell? Why even bother at that point? That's the whole freaking point of Skylanders. Yes, I understand that these figures are really, really old at this point. Like, what, Spyro's Adventure's 12 years old at this point? But even so, it's kind of weird if Activision was to bring back Skylanders by having a game that doesn't have Skylanders. Yes, it is incredibly inconvenient to buy these figures nowadays, especially thanks to stuff like eBay. Even so, a lot of the Skylanders aren't really that hard to come across. And even so, it's still a big thing for Activision to be all like, hey, I gotta buy the figures in order to play the game. And since you're just gonna get all the figures, this is kind of like, I don't know about that. Especially cool for, like, nightmare runs of Swap Force and Trapped and Giants. Especially interesting for Swap Force, because in Swap Force, they had an entire, like, thing where you basically had to get every single Skylander of that generation in order to 100% complete the game. It just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me onto just why include all the figures and then also, like, have the star system being all like, oh, you can have, all you gotta do in order to complete the game is just buy every single figure. Doesn't make any sense. Especially fun for the swap abilities chart. For those who don't know, 16 figures, 16 top and bottoms, 256. You have an entire chart. You have to fill that shit out in order to 100% complete the game. Part of the reason onto why I fucking hate Swap Force, honestly. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird. And especially weird if we actually looked at the second image, because, well, first off, the images that they provided, I don't know if this is a survey or not. If it's a survey or a presentation, because it looks more like a presentation than anything, than an actual, like, survey or whatever. And, like, another thing is that they're from, like, a throwaway account, which I guess is good so that they don't get traced or whatever, but even so, it's kind of weird. Just this random Reddit account appeared one day and was all like, hey guys, Skylanders! And it's just even weirder to me that they're even doing this, like, now. Like, right now. It doesn't make any sense to me, considering the fact that, wouldn't this be a thing that they did back when, like, Spyro's Adventure was having its 10th anniversary? Oh, but it has Swap Force and Giants. That means they couldn't do it until now. Huh? Also, by the way, Swap Force was made by a completely separate company, or at least was co-developed with Vicarious Visions. So, does that mean that the whole game is also going to be, like, Vicarious Visions-esque as well? Because, I'm going to be honest here, I don't really like the Toys for Bob Vicarious Visions crossovers, I'm going to be honest. I mean, like, I didn't really enjoy the Crash remake, I didn't enjoy Crash Team Racing, I didn't enjoy the 2 Skylanders games that they made. Yeah, that's correct, fucking hell. But yeah, I didn't enjoy the 2 Skylanders games that were made, Superchargers and Swap Force, and I'm just not too sure about that. If the whole thing is going to be co-developed or not. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. What else? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, in the second part of the image, I'm sorry I got on a tangent, but in the second part of the image, they have a screenshot of what the game was going to look like or whatever. But the thing is that the screenshot looks like it's just from, like, it's from Spyro's Adventure, of course, but if the screenshot was actually, like, taken from, like, the original game and just thrown onto the presentation survey, whatever, and it's just, like, it looks exactly like how Spyro's Adventure typically looks. It doesn't look like it had any graphical overhauls or anything like that. They have, like, Trigger Happy in the picture with, like, a hat on, so it's incredibly weird right then and there. And the button prompts that they use are different, yes, but they don't look like any real buttons that I notice from, like, you know, the PS5, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch. They don't look like those kinds of buttons at all. They look like the buttons from, like, the Wii U version of Spyro's Adventure, which is Japanese exclusive. So, if they went through that, if they went through the trouble of trying to translate that version and then throw a screenshot there, pass it off as a new version of the game, that's a decent amount of effort, I must say, for really stupid shit. Also, thought I'd mention the other image on the other side of the screen, because the other image on the other side of the screen is like a character select or something like that, but, like, it shows Washbuckler, T-Rex, and then Spyro. So, was this supposed to be... Because that screams to me more like a game select, kind of like what the Reignited Trilogy had with Spyro 1, 2, and 3. But, you know, Spyro's in the middle, Swap Force is over here, and Giants is all the way over here. It's just kind of weird, don't you think? And it's just a completely black void with the Skylanders logo up here, and then it says, work in progress, confidential. And, of course, like, T-Rex and Washbuckler have, like, placeholder above their names. I don't know, kind of weird. So, yeah, that's why I don't really trust the whole, Spyro, the whole, like, Skylanders anthology thingy. I don't really trust it at all. Just from the images presented alone, I don't really trust it. And there's also another reason, mainly because the Skylanders community is really obsessed with leaks. And, there was a person a couple years ago who said they had, like, confidential information on, like, Skylanders 7. And then they said, oh, I'll share more of it in, like, February or April or whatever the hell it was. And they never followed through, and we were all played for fools. Can't wait to be played for fools again, I must say. Now, don't get me wrong. If this thing actually does exist, and they show it off at E3 and all that crap, I am 100% fucking buying that game. No fucking questions about it. I am 100% buying it. Especially because, again, you can't play Spyro's Adventure and Giants on, like, the Xbox One, for instance. I'd be screwed out of luck. But it'd be nice to have every single Skylanders game covered. You know, I have the other Academy games. You know, I have Trap Team, Superchargers, Imagineers. I have those games for the Xbox One. And to get the other three onto the Xbox, that'd be pretty fucking cool. Especially because, like, Swap Force and all the games after that were compatible with the Xbox Series X and all that. But I don't know. If this does exist, and it will be happening, that's cool. I'm buying that fucking first day. Pre-order that shit. I don't care how buggy and broken it is. I'm fucking buying that shit. Despite me also complaining about other things being buggy as shit. What can I say? I'm a contrarian. But yeah. Really, though, I just don't believe in this at all, honestly. Especially because it's like, what? Wait, what is today? What was the date that they posted that? The 2nd of January. Like, that's a little weird, don't you think? Literally the new year, and he's all like, hey guys, did you know Skylanders Anthology's coming here? Nah, I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. I don't have much else to say. Goodbye.